Alright guys, how's it going? So yesterday I recorded a video about André, and then after that video I had a live stream on here, and during that live stream André came up in conversation, and there's been a lot of chatter the last few days about apparently, Fulham have beaten Liverpool to the signature, blah blah blah. So if you go on social media, which is where a lot of supporters are these days or whatever, they don't use like forums like they used to do back in the day. If you were to go on, say, social media onto Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, and follow any Liverpool accounts, or Liverpool fans, are all retweeting, this one line, if you like, this one sentence that Fulham have basically beaten Liverpool, to André, and Liverpool have, ended their interest, etc., because they're looking at other. We'll have to look at other areas or whatever. So during that live stream, I was like, where did this originate from anyway? Where did this, suggestion come from that he was, that Fulham were the main destination or the favourites to land him now, right? And it all stems from, if you follow it back, it comes from a journalist called Bruno Andrade, right? Or Andrade, but you know what I'm like with names, right? Now, if you delve a little bit into it, what he actually said, apparently he's a Brazilian journalist. I think he's based in Portugal, so because he's Brazilian, he must know what's going on, right? He originally said Fulham are leading the race for André, Liverpool are looking at different options, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Basically the suggestion that Liverpool were out of the picture. And if you then go through to his profile, which I will try and do for you in real time here. So this is one example. There's a Liverpool account here. I don't know how many followers they've got. 260,000 followers, right? So, there's a lot. That's a lot of Liverpool fans listening to this. And they've put Fulham lead the race to sign André, basically because of what I just said, what this Bruno guy said. Now, if you go to his profile, Bruno Andrade, he says, he retweeted after his original claims, right? So this is where it gets confusing. You might not, I don't know, right? I'll do my best to explain this. So he makes claims that Liverpool are gone and that André is, more likely to go to Fulham, or Fulham are the favourites to sign it because Liverpool have gone, right? So he made that claim first. He then retweets an account that is notorious for putting Liverpool news out there, but all the speculative stuff with multiple, like hundreds of advertisements on their page, right, on that website, right? I know you're probably thinking, what does that matter? Well, it doesn't matter. Just you'd have to work out why that is yourself. Form your own conclusions. The more people that visit, the more adverts are displayed, the more revenue you make. So it's in your interest to get more and more people to visit, if that's what your objective is, right? So that particular account had put out a headline, Liverpool have ended their interest in André, right? And that is to do with what a journalist, David Lynch, I think his name is, had put out, which we discussed yesterday. See, this is where it gets confusing. So Bruno Andrade, the original person that said the interest is Liverpool's, done because Fulham, he retweets the article saying that Liverpool have ended their interest in André because it gives him more credibility. Like, oh look, this is backing up my claim to you, right? And then he says with that article, freeway to Fulham. Now, obviously, English isn't his native language. Freeway to Fulham obviously means that opens the door for Fulham to sign him because Liverpool are no longer interested in André. But he was the one that told us that the door was basically, previously was closed, right? So if he's, the point I'm trying to make, this is why it's really hard to explain. He makes a claim that he's going to Fulham, or it's very likely that he's going to go to Fulham, and that Liverpool are not interested. He then retweets, after his claims, an article saying Liverpool have ended their interest in him, which makes him go, yes, see, I told you. And then he says, you know, it now leaves the door open for Fulham to sign, but you were the one that originally said it in the first place. I'm not winning you over with this, am I? When I explained it yesterday, people on the stream, they got what I meant. They were like, yeah, it's contradictory. Like, he's basically saying, oh, look, this new news has come out. It's now possible, you know, Fulham, it can, you know, but he was the one that said it in the first place. So why does he need to say that? And the point I'm trying to make here is that all of the Fulham stuff, if you've heard anything to do with André going to Fulham, it is all because of this one guy. If you go back through every single claim, every single article, it's all to do with this journalist, Bruno Andrade. It's just one person's view, one person's opinion, right? Remember, he was the one that first put this out there, that Fulham were now the favourites to sign André because Liverpool were no longer in the picture. He was the one, and then everyone jumped on that. And that's where the Fulham, André to Fulham stuff came from. He then retweets something that makes it sound like, you see, I told you, right? And then suggests because of that article, those developments, he can now join Fulham. But he told us he was... I think I did a better job explaining it in my video yesterday. Now, in other words, he told us that Fulham were leading the race to sign André because Liverpool were no longer involved. And then when the report's coming out, a claim coming out from Lynch, which you should ignore anyway, in my opinion, that said Liverpool are now out, so that, you know, Fulham... It's not working, is it? If you can somehow make sense of what I'm trying to say, you would understand that we really shouldn't be paying any attention to this fucking guy. So one guy has caused all that hysteria of Liverpool are out. He's going to. There are other things around it because Liverpool did not send Hulk Hogan and Boy George out to Brazil, for that. But there are reasons for that, I think. I do not know if Liverpool are still in for André or not because I'm not a Twitter ITK or a Brazilian journalist, but that by default should know about, a Brazilian footballer and what every decision he's going to make in his career. I'm just a fat bloke sat on a balcony in Spain, right? But my heart's in the right place. It's still working, just. I don't know. I'm not one of these people that go out there telling you what is going to happen. Or my secret sources have told me this. Don't get me wrong, from time to time I do get snippets. But anyone that, that can get something every day they're telling porkies. Trust techie from a man that knows. Because it's very difficult to get inside information these days. Should I go over it one more time, or do you think I've done it right? Have I done it right? I think it's really important. I think it's really important that you understand what I'm trying to say, because so many people have given up on the André situation because they now believe that Fulham are beating Liverpool. If Liverpool want André, and and there's are you really going to try and tell me that this player is going to go? Do you know what? I've always wanted to play for Fulham. Fuck right off, man. If Liverpool want him, they get him. That's what I think. I think it's that simple. If Liverpool want André, they get him. If he ends up at Fulham, it's because we didn't want him. It's nonsense to suggest that we wouldn't compete financially for this player. He's not exactly going to break the bank. There's a lot of groundwork being done. The player, it seems, favours Liverpool. But if you were to go on social media, it's all André to Fulham. And the thing is, because there's more noise, people think, there must be something in this, because it's everywhere. And then maybe Reddit on website. Oh well, I've read that website before. It's all right, but maybe that website's not citing where it's coming from, so it's regurgitated. But if you follow all the blogs, all the Twitter accounts, all the numpties, all the journalists, the click journalists, the ones that want you to think they know what's going on, right? Not the real journalists like Ornstein, do you know what I mean? Okay, we're talking about the ones that, you know what I mean, right? They're full of shite, guys, right? All the hysteria comes from this one chap that said Fulham, you know, are the suitors, that's where he's most likely going to go. Liverpool then, you know, dropped out and he's, yeah, see, I told you, you know, right, well, that's fine because he's backing up what he wants to say, but he's pulling it from some shitty website and some has-been journal to try and back up his claim, right, back up his claim, not hup, H-U-P, right, and as a result of what he's retweeting, he's then saying that opens the door to Fulham signing him. He basically said that it was only Fulham. Oh, I'm not going over it again. Fuck it. Right, that's it. So, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Please tell me you understand what I'm saying. Just for clarification, right? I am not saying that this player won't go to Fulham. I'm not saying he's going to Liverpool. I do not know, at the time of recording, what Liverpool's status is in this situation. If you were to ask me what I think, like, if you want me to speculate, I would speculate that Liverpool remain very interested in this player because they've put so much work into this so far. They've got outstanding relationships with the Fluminense president, who's previously spoken to Liverpool officials and spoken about that and said, come back, we'll do a deal in January. The deal's easy to do. Deals in January are not easy to do, but this isn't a European situation, right? The deal is there if Liverpool want it. So when you start to see claims of people say, oh, Liverpool, it's a bidding war, that's why Liverpool... That's probably because then people have made out that we were going to sign him in the first place. So they need to then plant a seed to say to you guys or to us, you know, like, well, there's a bidding war. That's what's, you know, Liverpool, very proud club, they won't get involved in a bidding war. That's just their disclaimer to get away from that. There's no bidding war. It's nonsense. Liverpool will know exactly how much it costs to make that deal happen. A month from now, maybe that'll change. Maybe we will be saying, oh, you know, things have changed. The relationship's not so good. They are trying it on. But based right now, at this time, at the time of recording this video, my opinion would be that there was logistical problems regarding that meeting, which were well documented earlier in October. Watch yesterday's video if you're not on the members side of things. And it's just a situation where Liverpool might return to the table in December, for example, at that FIFA Club World Cup, whatever the fuck that thing's called, that Fluminense are participating in. There is a possibility that Liverpool might have just gone, do you know what, we're not interested anymore, because they might have gone for other players. I'm thinking of making a video about a potential alternative, which would excite many supporters, I think, but I would be speculating, and I don't really like doing that too much, you know. I'd rather stick to the facts, as Rafa would say, the facts, you know. So what I try to do is try to analyse everything from a bit of knowledge. I've been here 25 years. Have I ever told you that? It's a bit of a joke with some of them. Read the comments. Adam Naylor will be in there. You know, oh, you'd never mentioned that before, don't you know? Yeah, so, but it's true. You've got to understand there's new people that come to my channel all the time, right? So please don't think I'm ever trying to be some kind of IT. I'm the original ITK, mate, just fucking, you know what I'm just saying. No, I think some of it's just, my job is to monitor everything and watch everything for my members, you know, and then try and explain why those claims are being made or why things are happening or not happening, and to try and give a little bit of, you know, just to plant the seed in your head. You know, so like you might not know where those claims came from to do with Fulham apparently now going to be the club to sign him and all that. You know, you might not know that, but now you know. So it was one guy who really, if you monitor everything he said, doesn't really sound very convincing. Yet the entire universe has decided that André is going to Fulham. My opinion, if you even are interested in my opinion, is that I look at that and think, Sounds like a load of shite, that. It would have been a lot easier if I'd have just said that at the beginning of the video, right? You know what I mean? It just sounds like a load of shite, guys. But I try and explain to you, you know? And these other websites, these fucking YouTube, podcast, whatever, the people that are out there grifting or whatever, you know, they just want you to be scared now, you know, like, oh, it's off. Fuck that. Might be off, but the rest of them can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. We know what's going on around these parts, guys, don't we? Roughly. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is I think we look at things a little bit more deeper, and I certainly aren't going to believe some fucking journalist just because he's Brazilian when he's retweeting things to try and then back up what he's claiming and then adding bits on of it. Go, oh, now that's happened, he can go to Fulham. But you're the one that said he was going... Or some fucking journalist writing for a fucking poxy fan site. And let's be honest, fan sites are poxy. Do you know what I mean? They are. You know, because, you know, there's not many that have really got, you know, like, access or information, really. Do you know what I mean? I know that because I run one. And it's so difficult. I'm lucky that we have some amazing members, you know, that have been with us for decades. And some really important people on there that bring forward news and information to the community. And it's a private community, you know. So it's not me, is it? It's like it's not the phone ringing all day. Oh, don't, you know. It doesn't work like that in reality. And I think that you should not really pay attention to journalists that are writing for fan sites. And I would say that if it was Cop Talk, because at the end of the day, you know, fan sites, they don't have like the resources to hire the best. They just don't, guys. If you want an opinion from someone that once used to work for a major publication but no longer does, and they'll do something for 30, 40, 50 quid, then I could flood that shite out there all day. But the reality is that your opinion is more valid and more important than them. These journalists that will want someone. And as you know, I'm very passionate about this because I don't like to see people read something and go, oh, it's off, or it's on, or this is happening. There's only a handful of people I think that you should really pay attention to. One is David Ornstein, Paul Joyce. I like to listen to what James Pearce has got to say, but I don't believe that James Pearce has got his ear to the ground. I don't believe that. Not anymore, you know. And Joyce, I think things changed a little bit when we got the new sporting director. But these are top gun, well, Ornstein, top man, do you know what I mean? Fabrizio Romano as well, you know, and there are reasons why you listen for Fabrizio Romano, because he knows people within that deal with the legals of signing off. Say you had just for one, let's do this very easily, right? Rather than go around all the different football associations in the world. Let's say you had a contact in the Premier League, you know, or the Football Association, or some magical room where they get the paperwork to oh, this deal's done, sign it off, boom. There's the paperwork's being rubber stamped, he can now play for that club. If you've got a source like in these different places, like I know Fabrizio Romano has, then you know that he probably does know what's going on so much. This is why he's been so successful. And the others try to be him and they can't be him. So it's not a case of me saying to you, don't believe any, because a lot of people will say, don't believe journalists, they just want to sell papers. It's not. There are some really good journalists out there, and Ornstein is one of them, for example. I mentioned Pearce because I think that I like to read some of his articles, in-depth articles about maybe former players or youth prospects or something like that, but I certainly it wouldn't be a go-to for news, you know. And when it comes to places like social media, I don't follow any of these people on social media. It's my job to keep an eye on everything. So what does that tell you? You know what I mean? So I'm not here to tell you this is happening, that's not happening. I'm here just to try and, you know, inspire debate, encourage debate, and just for you to think and just go, yeah. And sometimes, as you know, you leave comments on my videos, which is what I'd love you to do. And sometimes you put forward suggestions and you go, what about? And I'll read it and I think, I didn't think of that. So we do this collectively together, right? the message of the video is the Fulham, only the Fulham stuff, André to Fulham, I wouldn't be taking that as set in stone, guys, at all. And at the moment, I think Liverpool, only my own personal opinion, no one said this to me, I think Liverpool is still very much in for André. Tomorrow, next week, next month, I might have a different opinion about that, all right? So I hope you've kind of liked the video a little bit. My videos are not exciting. They're not all like, look at me in a brand new Liverpool top and a scarf around me in a green screen and, hey, what's up, get? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just an ordinary gadget. So I try to keep it real, you know what I mean? And I personally, you make your own opinions up, I personally aren't going to believe no shitty journalist in fucking Portugal or wherever he is, right? That's clearly just fucking clutching, right? Or some has-been journalist. I'm just not, guys. I'd rather listen to you, you know, and your opinion. So please, if by any chance you did like this video, please thumbs it up. Because apparently that's what all the kids say in the videos, all right? Please leave me a comment. The comments are the most important thing because I like to hear what you guys have got to say. Whether they back up what I'm saying or whether you're going, nah, I don't agree with that, Dunk, I think it's this. I ain't got a problem with that. I love it. Because then it makes me think, are we all on the same page? Because if all of you start coming back going, then I have to think, right, I'm way off with this, you know? So, and there's many times, as you know, that I will say to you, I don't know what it is, but we'll find out. We'll work it out between us, and we will. Yeah. What day are we? It's Friday. I can't pretend that if you hit the super fucking thanks button, love art thing on here, I can't pretend it'll be buying me a drink today. You know, usually I go for a drink on a Friday with my mates, but no, there's no drinking today. I'm going to England tomorrow, so I need to be fresh. There's no Saturday night steaming on here, not till around the 8th, 9th of December, unfortunately. Well, something might crop up when I'm in England. You'll just have to stay tuned. Make sure your notifications are on the channel. But yeah, thumbs up, comment, super thanks if you want to buy me a coffee or something, or a drink in England when I go to England, or join the channel. Yeah, join the channel, do that. Become a Cop Talk VIP member. That puts food on the table. I know what you're thinking. You don't need any more VIP members if it's what's putting food on the table. Look, I'm trying to lose weight, all right? Doing my best. Right. Okay, so 6 minutes from now, I have to be in another village, which is up this mountain over there, which you can't see. So I've got to go. All right, guys, I really, really do hope you've managed to make some sense of what I'm trying to say. I'll speak to you in a bit, guys. Thank you.